right.
Okay, this is the brain structure of a sheep. First is this is the cerebrum, and this is the cerebellum. Now we're gonna go to the cerebral hemispheres, which is gonna be the left from the right. The great longitudinal fissure is going to be the dissection separating the left and right of the brain, which is this. The frontal lobe is going to be the front part of the sheep's brain, frontal lobe. The parietal lobe. And then the temporal lobe is going to be this lower part. And then the occipital lobe is going to be in the back of the cerebrum, which is going to be this occipital lobe. The cerebral cortex is pretty much the gray matter, which is going to be the outermost layer of the brain, gray matter. And the gyrus is the bumps on the brain, exterior brain, the bumps, so it would be the bumps here. And the sulci, is that the sulcus? Are the valleys of the brain. So these are the valleys. The transverse fissure separates the cerebrum from the cerebellum, which would be this right here. Transverse fissure. The thalamus is the mid of the brain, sagittal cut. This is the thalamus.
Was there a curve in the practical?
She didn't tell us.
A curve?
She never.
The hypothalamus is inferior to the thalamus, so that would be
What were your averages?
here,
She said
right?
that she had to wait.
Away from the cerebrum.
Okay.
Cerebellum, sorry.
I heard
Hypothalamus.
Thursday's class did better than this class.
The gray matter is the
Yeah,
outermost
you
layer
know,
of the brain. Gray
That's what's
matter.
tough is, make sure you guys aren't.
The white
telling
matter
you guys
is
on the exam.
inside of the gray matter.
What happens is the early classes
white
to the
matter.
later classes, and their scores
Corpus
are up,
callosum
and so the curve goes.
is the hearing aid structure.
The first one was a practice one.
It looks like a hearing aid.
Oh, really?
It's just the top part of it.
So this next one's worth 200 points, then, right?
There you go.
It's this part right here.
Good.
The lateral ventricle is going to be inside the corpus callosum, which is going to be this area.
See you guys.
Lateral ventricle. You can kind of see it in here. Lateral ventricle. The fornix is going to be the lower part of the corpus callosum.
I'll talk
This is
to
the
you.
fornix. It's between the between the lateral ventricle and the thalamus. Fornix. The third ventricle is between the thalamus and the fornix, which is going to be this area right here. Oops. You can see it right here. Third ventricle. The pineal body is going to be this P-like structure. Pineal body. And I think on this side it's very small. The pituitary gland is going to be this floppy piece, which is going to be the center area. Pituitary gland. The optic chiasma is this little kind of butt-like structure, right?
No, it's like the base of the X.
Oh, it's the base of the X. I'm sorry. The base of the X is the optic chiasma. And then the mammillary bodies is the bulb, which is inferior to the hypothalamus.
It's right there.
Right here? Right there. Okay. Mammillary bodies. The fourth ventricle is going to be between the cerebellum and the oblate medulla oblongata, which is going to be right here. Just remember the man's penis. The cerebellum is this structure. Cerebellum now, we're moving. And this is the arbor vitae, which is the white matter. It's a tree-like structures, means tree of life. And then onto the brainstem. This is the brainstem. And this is also called the medulla oblongata. It's a stem. This is the pons,
Yeah.
which is above the medulla oblongata. Pons. The midbrain is right here.
Am I supposed to ask him questions about the test?
Midbrain.
You're welcome to.
Like secrete? Is it the same
The
as class?
corpora quadra gemina is gonna be
Well, it depends
this.
on what it's secreting.
Kind of looks like a baby's
So
butt.
secreting the bone itself, the bone matrix,
That is the
osteoblasts.
corpora
Or those are the immature cells that are creating more matrix,
quadramina.
growing the bone. So those are the bone builders.
And the one on
Osteoblasts are
top
ones
is the
that
superior
help break down-
colliculi, and the one below is the inferior
Yeah,
colliculi.
so secreting is like
I
your
open it.
sweat glands secrete
Superior
sweat, or your
colliculi, inferior
hair follicles
colliculi,
secrete sebum,
and the cranial nerves,
Osteocyte or
osteoblasts.
osteoblast?
olfactory,
Darn, I think it was blast.
olfactory nerves. The optic nerves is the X.
Remember how I was saying
The
the class?
oculomotor
on the side?
is the middle of the midbrain.
Nothing.
Oculomotor. And then the troclear is between the cerebrum and the cerebellum, which is going to be right here, this little flap. And then the trigeminal is the lateral side of the pons, which is going to be this flap right here. That's the trigeminal. And the abductens is on the base pons, which is, I believe, there's one. It's the last one.